It is 7 PM on Tuesday, May 14th,
Sit in the hot tub?
2024, and we're gonna open the regular board meeting.
Just saying.
Roll call, please.
Yep, I have trustees Chris Samples,
Here.
John Talbot,
Here.
Jen Christensen,
Here.
Bill Motisi,
Here.
Nathan Maz,
Here.
Patrick Yarla,
Here.
President Rick Worm,
Here.
Treasurer Brenda Onavini.
Here.
I clerk Sandy Maz, I'm here, Public Works Supervisor Brett Fergie.
Here.
Attorney David Silverman.
Here.
Please rise and say the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Tonight on the consent agenda, we have 6 items. Number 1, March 26, 2024, Administrative Board Minutes. Number 2, bills payable warrant list dated April 23rd, 2024. That's a new one.
Nunc pro tunc,
Yeah.
and now for them.
Yep. Total of $113,163.42. Number 3, April 9th, 2024, regular board meeting minutes. Number 4, bills payable dated May 14th, 2024, for a total of $98,580.69. Number 5, outside meeting pay for elected officials, total $300. And number 6, park system advertising applications from Royal Blue. At this time, do any of the board members wish to remove any of these 6 items for further consideration? Not hearing any, entertain the first motion.
I move to place agenda items 1 through 6 inclusively as consent agenda items. Further, I move that all items be considered together as a consent agenda.
Second.
Jen makes a motion to include with that, to place items 1 through 6 inclusively as a consent agenda. Nathan seconds. Roll call please.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Here. Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Motion passes 703. Second motion.
I move to adopt items 1 through 6 inclusively on the consent agenda in a single group pursuant to the omnibus vote procedures specified in the Illinois Municipal Code.
Second.
Jen makes a motion to adopt items 1 through 6 inclusively as a consent agenda. Nathan seconds again. Roll call please.
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Motion passes 704. We don't need item D on the agenda. We can move into the public hearing. We have a motion to convene the public hearing.
This is on the appropriations ordinance.
Yeah, I make a motion to open the public hearing on the appropriations ordinance.
Second.
Chris makes a motion to convene the public hearing on the appropriations ordinance. Jen seconds. You all in favor on that one? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. You're shut down. That on you, Chris?
I don't know, is it? Maybe I better pull it up, because it's not that written on. Hold on, a second. Sorry. Longer than that.
It starts on,
Thanks. Okay. That's excellent. I make a motion to approve ordinance number
well,
24.
wait, let's make sure, I mean, I realize that we have media and our consultant here, but, does anyone from the public have any comments on the appropriations?
Couldn't you have to read it out first? before you move their comment?
It's been posted.
Oh, that's true.
And a bit.
Probably have you here.
So, Rick, if
Not hearing any.
no one has any comments, you may close the public hearing.
Oh, and then go ahead. Oh, I thought we had to do it.
No, it's this discussion. I think it's under.
Yeah. It's later.
Later on. Okay. Need a motion and a second to close the public hearing?
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Chris makes a motion to close public hearing, Jen seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion's closed at 7:06. Move on to me. Anybody have any questions on the water report? Hearing none, we'll move on to utility bill drawing. David, you're aware? Find somebody in there. Usually Brenda's sitting there, not you. 5-3, oh, yeah, well, dyslexic tonight, 353 Misty Meadow. We'll move on, Sandy,
I just have the FOIA report if anybody has any questions on it.
any questions? All right, move on to Brenda.
Oh, let's see. Well, I have the treasurer's report for April in the board packet. If you have any questions, let me know. Then this is where we're gonna approve the appropriations ordinance.
Sure, like a motion.
I would like a motion.
Make a motion to approve ordinance number 24-3, the appropriations ordinance.
Second.
Chris makes a motion to approve ordinance number 24-03, the appropriations ordinance. Nathan seconds. Discussion on the ordinance. And roll call, please.
John?
Yes.
Nathan?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
Bill?
Abstain.
Motion still passes 7:07. Still yours, Brenda.
Okay,
That's all right, I'll make a motion. Just talk about that.
for the next two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Making a motion to approve resolution number 24-17, the resolution setting compensation for the village.
Second.
Chris makes a motion to approve resolution number 24-17. Compensation for the village clerk. Nathan seconds. Discussion on that resolution. Not hearing any, roll call please.
Nathan?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Chris?
No.
Jen?
Yes.
Bill?
On advice of council, I abstain, on that.
John?
4-2 still passes 7:08.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 24-18, a resolution setting the compensation for the treasurer.
Second.
Chris makes a motion to approve resolution number 24-18, resolution setting compensation for the treasurer. Jen seconded?
Mhm.
So I thought. Discussion on it? Not hearing any roll call.
Patrick?
Yes.
Chris?
No.
Jen?
Yes.
Bill?
Advice of council, I abstain.
John? Nathan?
Yes.
4-2, motion passes 7:09.
That's all I have.
All right. We have an engineer now.
We do not. This is leftover from the administrative board meeting that was canceled in case there's anything, but you will see them in 2 weeks.
And the project update is in
It is in the board packet.
the packet. So if you have any questions, reach out to Matt. For the committees, community development events, Jen?
On our 2025 sesquicentennial event, Sandy and I have been working on some stuff for that. We have our garage sales coming up here in a few weeks, June 6th to the 8th, and then we will be doing our electronic recycling event on Saturday, right? No,
Saturday.
yeah, Saturday, sorry. Brain fart.
Saturday, June.
The 8th from 10 AM to 2 PM. So if are any trustees that would like to come help, let me know. We'll be doing it from 10 AM to 2 PM.
What items cost extra?
Microwaves,
Just
yes.
Humidifier?
We don't take humidifiers.
No, we don't take humidifiers. I think it was
What
just
do you do with
microwaves.
them? Just throw them in the garbage.
Huh?
What do you do with humidifier?
Whatever
Sorry,
you want to
it's
do.
a tough
with them.
question.
You take it to Ogle County Solid Waste Management.
Is there anything else that they don't take, just so we can have that? No.
Humidifiers.
Refrigerants,
Yeah.
anything that's an appliance
A coolant
typically,
in it.
anything with a cool.
And then we have the fireworks on July 3rd with our movie in the park. Following. That is all I have. off the top of my head.
All right. Finance, Chris?
Yeah, the only thing I have to tell you is I attended Congressman Darren LaHood's FY 25 community project funding process webinar, which was on 4/26 of 24. But the deadline to file for that was May 1st. So apparently they have a really short window. And since we missed the window for FY 25, if anybody's, has something that they'd like to try to get in for the FY 26, they would need to have it prepared prior, because apparently they're giving a week's window or less on it. But it does sound like they have stuff that might be beneficial to us, including some things like grants for rural utilities, for water and waste grants for communities under 10,000, community facility grants for people under 20,000. And the people running the webinar said that the average grant for FY 24 was 1.3 million of the 15 that they get to sponsor. So I mean, you could file for these grants anyway, but if you get sponsoring, I guess from the congressman's group, that it's probably more beneficial to you than if you didn't. And if we have anything that we might, want to do for FY 26, then we should probably start preparing soon, because you gotta have it ready to go. It's also on, they have it out there, so if anybody wants to listen to it, you can go back and listen to the webinar that they presented. That's it for finance committee. We didn't have any expenditure.
We didn't.
Ordinance is built.
It's getting warmer out there and schools are gonna be out pretty soon. Please use extra care and watch out for our children. I know we will always do that, but you never know when they can surprise you and present a safety problem. That's it. Thank you.
Parks, Nathan?
I make a motion for approval of resolution number 24-20, a resolution approving a mobile food vehicle license for Kona Ice of Rockford.
Second.
Nathan makes a motion to approve resolution number 24-20. Chris seconds. Any discussion on the license? Roll call.
Chris,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
John, Nathan,
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Unanimous at 7:14.
I make a motion for approval of Kona.
You technically don't need item B. I'd already posted the agenda by the time I talked to Attorney Dan Dolan regarding this. You guys actually just approved it as Exhibit B to Resolution 2420. So you can still make a motion if you would like, but it's repetitive of item Exhibit B in 2420.
Guess I don't need to do it.
All right.
Yeah, I learned it after I posted the
So,
agenda.
so we don't need to do specific dates anymore, like before that we were
Literally, the
approving?
email requesting that is the Exhibit B to 2420.
Okay.
The
Because in the past, we just did individual dates.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm working with Dan Dolan on a new procedure for these mobile food licenses
Perfect. Sounds very nice. Thank you.
to save you some breath.
Nothing else to report on
All right.
park projects or anything else. The pond's full and awesome, just no fish stuff. So,
They keep asking.
well, I don't know.
Is it overflowing?
We're working on it.
It's maybe at this rate, they can kind of run upstream,
All right, streets done. Brett, did you have anything?
No, I don't believe so, John. Rick, that's it.
All right. Utilities, Patrick?
Make a motion approval of resolution number 24-19, a resolution approving and authorizing execution of quote from LAI LTD for Kaiser blower for digester at wastewater treatment plant.
Second.
Nathan makes Nathan. Try again. Patrick makes a motion to approve resolution number 24-19. Chris seconds. Any discussion on the purchase of the blower? Roll call, please.
Bill,
Yes.
John.
Yeah.
Nathan,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Chris,
No.
Jen.
Yes.
It's-
All right.
Take it.
7:60.
She's half listening.
She's read the packet. Hopefully.
She
Ready
knew
yet?
enough to wander back
Hopefully.
in to get her vote in.
Let's try any further.
I realize I haven't been
Okay,
here,
for us here on
you know,
the,
you guys. This isn't the Wild
Filter at
West.
the water tower.
Yes, so. I think everybody remembers, I think maybe the last meeting before we talked about the filter project and how. The under drain has started leaking again on us. So I talked with Patrick here a couple weeks ago. There is a company out of Rockford, Water Surplus, that possibly can supply us with a temporary portable filter. Because as I stated last meeting or meeting before, we don't know, with these leaks kind of reappearing on us, we don't really know how long this project could take. It could be done in several days, or we could get in there, find out that things are really, really bad. We don't know. We just don't know. We don't know until we break it. So we talked with the folks up at Water Surplus. There's a lot of detail to this. I'll try to keep it kind of brief and let you guys talk about it if you want to. We would basically rent this portable unit. They would bring it down. It takes, we have to do a contract with them. We have to pay up front. It would take roughly, because one of Pat's questions was how quickly could they set it up? So if we don't do it, we get into this project, we realize that it's bad. How quickly could they set up? Basically, it's a week to week and a half. By the time everything is done, they will come out. Pat had another good question, is will they supply someone to come out and basically pre-plan our job if needed? Yes, they will do that. Obviously, you know, we pay a tech or one of their engineers to come out, pre-plan it, whatever, kind of. We could get the paperwork ball rolling if we decided we wanted to look into this. We could have that stuff already knocked out of the way, you know, just kind of move this along a little quicker. I will say it's a month rental, no matter if you have it for 2 days or you have it for a month. The initial payment is just shy of $24,000. That would not probably be the final price, because there's probably there is a media in this that would have to be basically thrown out, so we would have to pay for that as well when we're done with the trailer. So there would be more cost into this most likely. That's just the initial write a check. They bring the units here, set it up, and we go. So without getting into the weeds too far here, I guess there right now are raw iron. So we have a raw iron, which is the water that comes out of the well that goes up, and that's what gets basically treated, if you want to call it that, in the iron removal filter. So we have a raw iron of roughly 1.0. The MCL for EPA is basically 1.0. Once it's treated, it's usually a 0. We don't have anything because the filter takes it out. So if we don't, and I'm not pushing, we're not pushing it, this is just a discussion. So anything over a 0.3 can start staining, discoloring, you know, bad taste. It's not necessarily going to happen, but that's once you get to 0.3 and above, that can start taking place. So without the filter in place, this job will probably take, we're gonna have a day to take it down, empty the filter. We're gonna have a day because Will Hoffman is gonna show up and do the under drain inspection. Then there's going to be probably another day to put the nozzles, the media, everything else back in. Then we have to take 2 back T samples, 2 clean back T samples, which will take another day to 48 hours. So this filter, even in the best circumstances, is going to be down for several days. So we would basically be putting raw water straight from the well instead of going through the filter. It would just go straight into the tower. So it would be that 1.0, 0.9 to 1.0 water. So basically, I just kind of wanted to get a feel for what everybody was thinking. Do we want to pursue the filter idea a little bit further? Because we will have to make a decision fairly quickly. The sand / media for the project has already been delivered. It is actually sitting in the garage at the well. That got delivered last Wednesday, Thursday, I believe it was. So that is already on site. Contractor just waiting for us to decide what direction we want to go here. So I just thought I would throw that out there and see what the board thought. Do we want to chance it? Do we want to look into the filter, I should say, the portable filter option further?
And based on our current usage, if you filled it on a Sunday night, you take this down Monday, when do you refill the tower?
Well, so what would take place is when this project was going to start, whatever that may be, I would be in early and fill the tower, basically run it up to 36 feet. Weather obviously will play into that. Temperatures, if temperatures go up, water is used, you know, we burn through water a little bit quicker. I would typically, on an ideal situation, I could go 2 days. So then I would basically be trickling in, and that's the thing, it's, you could run it out and then fill the majority of that tower up, or every day we just trickle in a little bit more and keep the tower topped off at 36 feet.
Using this,
It's 6 way, have to, you know what I mean? It's,
using dilution to
well,
temper pollution.
It would,
There is a
it
saying
would
for that.
dilute what
Um,
you have until the end.
Right.
Then you
Yeah.
end up with more than you had not, yeah.
yeah, that's basically how we would do it. I would recommend trickling in. Because it is a little bit more of a process to run the plant without the filter in play. Because then we're manually adjusting booster pumps. It's not running, right now our plant, not to get crazy, but our plant is designed to run, our boosters run off of filter level. We take the filter out of play, we're manually adjusting boosters. So there's a little more hands-on when we do this.
Brett and I've had this discussion already, and
Yes.
I'm a fan of actually bringing the other filter in. The amount of sediment that we stand a chance of shoving down into our lines, and then the feedback we could end up with from the public. We've always said that we wish we could do something about the ones out at Rolling Meadows, but yet here we're standing a chance of shoving that same thing out to all the residents.
And the best possible scenario is it's only down 4 or 5 days.
Well,
right?
so there's the thing. I mean, if
I don't.
That's the best.
That's really,
With,
and we're all very scared of opening this, are we
Right.
not?
Well-
I mean,
what this is the inspection is basically to tell us. The Willett Hoffman inspection is basically to tell us, where do we stand? Do we need a new under drain? Do we need a new filter? You know, where we stand. Will it get us 2 years? Will it get us 5 years? Do we need to do something in 6 days? You know, whatever that may be.
But the best that you're gonna do it 4 or
the-
5 days.
Yeah, well, the best is we're gonna change the media out. We're gonna find out. We know we have issues with the under. We already know this. That's why we did the concrete ring around it several years ago. So we know that problem probably didn't fix itself. So, we're going to have to do something. This inspection is going to say, you need to do it now, or you can budget for it and do it in
But if you
another
already-
year.
You already have the replacement filter in place,
Well,
you're gonna spend that cost.
the problem is parts, getting a job set up, you can't, it would take,
No, I'm saying having that, you would need that.
yes, you would need that in.
So you might as well bring it in for, in the best case scenario is that we only have it for out for 5 or 6 days.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yes, correct.
I'm in favor of bringing it.
Not, not just in case anybody asks, I already asked Brett to look into, you know, are there spare parts available for this filter? Did they, you know, can they go back and if they get in and find out, you know, A, B, and C are all rusted out, can we just get those parts and have somebody come in and put them in? Or is this gonna be something that we'd have to have fabricated, or is it something that we've got to replace the entire filter if it's that bad? You know, what are our options?
Right.
So he's already looking into that.
Yes, if you want to call it a downside, the downside or the part for me that is kind of difficult is. If we do this, we take the media out, we do this and we're done in 4 days. We just spent a minimum of $24,000 for 4 days. Now, I understand it's, you know, everybody's got good water. There's no issue. I'm just saying, I want everybody to understand that. That's kind of you know, keep
Yeah,
part of
that's
this.
the best case. scenario.
I would love to err on the side of caution and that.
I
be the
don't disagree
case.
with that.
And that be the case, then to be scrambling and trying to get something that's gonna take a week to set up.
Yes.
And now we're
Yeah.
in a much worse position.
Right.
And, I mean, and realistically, this is gonna be. There's something to be looked at here that's gonna probably not be an open and shut situation, so,
Of course.
I mean, just makes more sense to do it,
And
to
then
be prepared for it.
there's also a possibility later, if we do go back into repair, I think you said we can remove the media. Possibility of cleaning.
Possibility,
Before we
yes,
put it
there,
back in, so we're
depending
not
on
gonna
age,
be out the whole
yes.
cost of the media.
Yes, that's correct.
And
That is a possibility.
Possibility, not sure thing.
this is just a semi truck that pulls up and then the filtration thing goes through the semi truck or something, or
No,
how?
this is a unit that.
A unit they drop off?
Yeah, I should have,
Sorry.
my apologies, I should have got this to Sandy, so she could have thrown that up, but, it's basically, it's a 6 foot wide by 20 foot long set of tanks, the pressurized filter, and they basically bring it here, they drop it off, they set it up. Well, there's a lot to set up here, it's not just you drop it off and flip the switch,
And
and
that's the cost, that's your money cost.
there is a lot of pre-planning and setup for this, so,
And this would get set up what, right outside the
it'll
tower?
get right outside the plant, yeah.
And the noise level for residents that are surrounded by there?
I don't know. Don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's, even with the initial payment, there's fees on top of that just to pre-plan to get some.
Sure.
I mean, everything is, they charge for everything, we'll just put that. Which,
Minimum
they do.
$24,000.
Yes, that's the initial.
So we're gonna need this on the agenda, right? That's why we're discussing this? I don't see why we shouldn't be putting this on for our next meeting.
And in the meantime, we'll get a hold of water surplus again, we'll kind of see what we gotta do to get the contract rolling, to have that set up, to get someone out here to plan this, to look at our job site, you know, and there's a lot of steps involved between flipping the go switch and,
That's a lot of water.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Those pumps, 500 gallons a minute.
The wells,
Yeah.
well, 1 is 5 to 550 and 2 is 600, so, yes.
Big flow.
And I can't, we can't throttle this.
All right.
Thank you.
Is there
Sorry
anything-
if I got into the weeds there.
No, is there anything else that we can, while things are being taken apart, that we can look at or do while we're in there? I mean,
Save money.
yeah, is there something we can double up on kind of?
Really.
I don't, I mean, I know it's all one
It's
tank, but if we're taking things
Well, you're
offline
looking
and
at
moving
it.
things,
Yeah.
is there anything else that we can clean, poke, whatever we
Well,
need to do around in there?
No, that's part of this project is the inspection.
Is everything?
Other than that, I mean, the only thing we could do but we're not gonna waste money on that, we don't know the condition, would be to paint the inside of the filter. But then you've got drying time and you're down that much longer, but there's no sense painting it if we don't know. the
Right, well, that
condition.
would be something that would be recommended once they get in there.
Yes, that's
right,
all
so-
part of the inspection, correct. All part of the inspection.
You have a quote or something to approve?
I can get you,
You can get it to me before?
you had this.
No, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, because I gave it to you and then you put it back in my mailbox when
Mhm.
when we originally talked about this. Pretty sure you did, but I've got this. I'll touch base with you.
Who is it from?
Water surplus?
That was fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll touch base with you. But yes, I did.
Good for the agenda, 2 weeks.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Still yours, Pat.
That's all I got.
All right. One unfinished business. Anything have any unfinished business?
We talked to LR.
We did.
How'd that go?
They actually sent something back today. Did you have a chance to read that?
No, we sent something back today.
Yeah, they just sent something back.
Shall we just wait?
Or actually, or Monday, I'm sorry, Monday, yes.
No, I did read what he sent back. Doesn't really make it that much clearer.
It's clear as mud. So, we had some concerns and I kind of recapped everything and sent an email back and then he sent back a
Response.
response or clarification. And the clarification just creates more questions. So, we're not at a place where we feel comfortable with moving forward with anything at all. So, we'll message back and look for more clarification and maybe have another meeting or something. I don't know, who knows? But they're asking for a lot and I don't know that it's worth it, so. But that's right, that's my take on it. It's easiest way to put it, so.
At this point, we're not
Yeah.
sure. You know, maybe he can clarify more and then, you know, at some point, maybe he can come make a presentation to the board, so everybody can hear it, and then we can ask questions with our concerns, and then we can go from there.
But yeah, they haven't changed anything or offered anything different than they were offering before, so I think the board was all on the consensus before the offer wasn't really. We didn't break even on the deal, so. The cost of doing business was gonna be too great. But anyways, that's where we stand with LR. But still working out, ironing out details. But other than that, that's all.
All right. Anything further on unfinished business? Move on to public. Yet again, not hear anything. Closed session.
Before we go into closed session, I want to address something that I noticed at the meeting. First, it's great to be back. It's been a while. I'm also happy to see that some of our legacy projects remain under unfinished business. Excellent. One member is voting to abstain on certain items. And while that's certainly something that trustee can do, any trustee can abstain. You should understand the effect of what an abstention actually means. Under Illinois, we operate with something known as the Prosser Rule. And that's a Supreme Court case from the early 1980s that addressed the very question of what an abstention means. And if it could be used, and I'm not suggesting it's being used this way in this case, but if it's being used to thwart the ability of the government to operate. So what the Supreme Court had crafted out of that case, known as the Prosser v. I think it was Fox Lake, is in most instances, your votes are a concurrence of a majority. So for the two resolutions setting the salaries for the clerk and the treasurer, that required the concurring vote of 4. Where the statute reads that way, and where the statute, in the statute certainly applies to those two resolutions because they create what's known as a liability against the village because you're establishing a salary. And a salary under the legal wording of the statutes that you operate with is a liability. That abstention vote goes with the majority. So your abstention is actually a yes. Just so you know. So if your intention is you want to vote no, then vote no, like Chris did. And that's for all of them. So just keep that in mind. And Sandy, the minutes should reflect that the abstention goes with the majority. There are limited instances where your vote, an abstention actually would be recorded as a no vote. And that's where by statute, something requires the affirmative vote, usually of a supermajority, 2/3 and 3/4, whatever. That's set by statute, but most of your votes just are a simple majority. So just keep that in mind when you're voting.
And the absence goes with whoever the simple majority goes to.
If so, in the instance of where the statute specifically says an affirmative vote, that's the wording that.
Right, I get that. That's for the super majority or whatever.
Whatever, that abstention would go with the no's.
But a regular, just
But
every day.
the abstention, yes, on almost everything you're gonna be voting on, the abstention will always go with the majority. So if it's yes, if it's no, whatever.
And we need a motion to go into closed session.
We do. A long one.
Yeah, and I gotta read the whole thing. All right.
The whole
What do
thing.
you want? Doesn't matter. Go ahead.
I got it.
Yeah.
Make everybody-
I make a motion to go to closed session
Always
to
just say-
C11 litigation when an action against affecting or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed and is pending before a court or administration tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent, in which case the basis for the finding shall be recorded and entered into the minutes of the closed meeting.
Sorry.
Nathan makes a motion to go into closed session under section 2C11. Chris seconds. Brain, how we going? Yeah, it's roll call.
Bill?
I have a question, counsel. Thank you for that definition. I appreciate that, okay? If on the advice of council, as far as I know, I can use my abstention, okay?
This is a motion and a second, vote on a motion and a second.
We're going to closed session?
Yes
Yeah,
or no to
yeah.
go into closed section?
Okay.
We
I
can
don't-
talk about that afterwards. Right now, we got a vote pending. We'll give you time to talk about that afterwards,
After we go into closed session,
after we're out of closed session.
do you want me in closed session or not? I mean, you
You just
know,
have to vote yes or no whether we're going in.
okay, no.
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Motion approved at 7:36.
Motion
to reconvene open session. Second.
John makes a motion to reconvene open session. Nathan seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. We are back in open session at 8:26. We have no possible action on closed session items. I'll leave it to direct you guys to proceed as we have to. Anything else from board members?
Gee, clarification, David. You were talking about that, when I abstained and it was for a yes, okay? And that means that I'm voting for them to get what they want. Now that's in there, you as a yes, okay? Okay, good. Thank you.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
John makes a motion to adjourn. Nathan seconds. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay.
Got pizza.
We're adjourned at 8:27.